Probably. I mean, I felt like that build has been practiced over and over by MC. He knows exactly what it takes to be able to defend against something like that.
Yeah.
And he didn't really have any problems early on, even with that huge 4 racks opening from Ganzi. Well, over here at the 3 o'clock position on Metropolis will be the red Terran Complexity's very own Ganzi. And at the 9 across the map of Metropolis will be SK's MC as the blue Protoss.
Ganzi not only knocking MC down, actually finished ahead of MC the last event too at MLG. I think Ganzi finished 3rd and 4th place, as there isn't a 3rd and 4th place decider, and MC was 5th place. That's how he got his seed to come into this tournament with the lack of, or the, well, what's this? Wait a minute.
Okay.
Oh, double barracks coming,
Yeah.
proxy barracks.
And let's see where he builds them. There are some spots on this map that are very, very easily scoutable, especially if MC goes cross map. I think that this area right here is just out of the range of those towers. And let's see. We got to wait for the depot, of course, to finish and for him to get minerals. But I think this is where he'll build them.
So
and there's also a couple things that he could do here. He could go for a quick... Oh, will he see it? No, it is right there. Will he go for a gas racks opening proxy here, or will he go for the double racks opening?
Well, he's actually still building SCVs, so he's actually not going to get a second barracks, so it could be gas, but this is weird. I mean, it looks like he may just go expand behind it, which is going to be a bit of a what are you doing moment, because MC should be able to hold on to this pretty easy.
Yeah.
It depends if he gets a bunker down or not, because if he gets a bunker down, it does complicate things. But this is it's going to be weird for MC to go in there and see this.
Here comes the other SCV. I guess this is just a scout, but MC might be thinking the only thing that he could do here is if he counts the SCVs and sees that one's missing.
Yeah.
That's the only way that he'll be able to.
Well, he'll see 2 missing because one's a scout and one the other.
Right.
But yeah, 1 missing. Over, like 1 more missing than normal.
Yeah, yeah, and to be honest, these players can do that. They are that good. And here comes the bunker.
Does he see it? MC, I don't think he does from that. Or yeah, he might do actually. Yeah.
Oh, he sees the very, very end of it. And here comes a probe. We have 1 zealot on the way. 1 already queued up. Another bunker being built there on the high ground.
But the SCV on the bottom one is in a little corner here. He doesn't want to lose that marine. That's key. But if that bunker completes on the low ground, this does get complicated as he can crawl up. And the marine. Oh, he lets it go, he lets it go. The bunker's up though. Oh no, the marine gets picked off by 2 probes. Oh well, that's the end of that.
Quite the awkward game here. The zealot's gonna just go across the map. Sure, it'll get walled off, but right now let's see what MC is gonna be doing. Throwing down that cybernetics core. Will he expand off this, or I almost believe he might just...
He might just throw down additional gateways, especially because the barracks is up in the air here.
Exactly.
But at the same time, if he does that, he's investing in a lot here because there's a bunker down. The command center can easily be built inside the main base. He's kind of boosting Stalker to see what he can achieve, but most likely he's just going to go ahead and expand.
Very interesting opening from Ganzi. Had that have worked, and I think against several other players it probably has and does quite well for Ganzi, but MC... kind of catching a break and scouting, having his gateway right next to, not, I guess, close enough to be able to scout it there at the last second.
There's Nexus going down. It looks like we are going to have a potential Banshee follow-up here as well for Ganji here. He's got the double gas straight into the factory here. May try to build a 3rd command center as well to kind of catch up, because he's a little bit behind. You know, he wasted time, wasted money in trying that, and it was shut down very easily. Even though MC did lose a little bit of mining time by pulling probes down, MC came out ahead of that, especially because at this stage of the game, you are meant to have a command center finishing up on the natural, not inside the main. And MC's kind of listening to probes, stretching his advantage further.
Well, we see the Stalker checking the ramp to see what is going on, sees the bunker, and I believe that is all that he could see there in the main base of Ganzi. You mentioned that Banshee play will be what we're seeing here. The Tech Lab started. Does have enough gas to possibly go for that Cloak Banshee. And MC's so smart, sees that his opponent's still on 1 base, isn't really all that worried as he pushes up here, trying to put some damage into that. Not the biggest attack, but he's going to be able to expand safely behind this.
Basically, he's saying that, all right, you're definitely going to expand behind this, because it still could be something wonky here, but the big problem for MC, that he's not going to have a robotics facility down. Oh my god, he's actually going to do it. Okay, this is actually very smart from MC. I was going to say that with this style, you don't really get a robotics facility early on because you play gateway only. But this is actually very smart for MC to get that.
He's almost just eliminating all possibilities that could catch him off guard, that would lose him the game here.
Yeah.
And 3 base against 1, I mean, that's basically really, really hard.
I'd love to ask, if I was at interview after this game, I'd be like, MC, did you expect your opponent to go Cloak Banshee into 3rd base? Because like this stage of the game, or not even just Cloak Banshee, but just 3rd base anyway, because your opponent is playing a little bit from behind, so 3rd base is actually a relatively decent option to take here. And he's like, well, I'm going to cover every option. If he goes 3rd Command Center, I'm going to have a 3rd Nexus anyway. If he goes Cloak Banshee, I'm going to have an Observer, probably get 2 as well. MC's just covering, like you said, every single angle, and this game is just going every way in MC's favor.
It really is like we're seeing a different player from MC than the one we saw a couple days ago over in Code A, where Ganzi was able to take MC out. I didn't happen to see those games, and I don't think you did either. But Wolf was actually telling us that it was pretty one-sided in Ganzi's favor. So let's see here what MC has in store as the Banshee is coming across the map. Stalkers are out on the field, and they need to possibly retreat home. I'm not sure how he's going to be able to deal with this.
Now he sees the Banshee, but he does have a 2nd and 3rd Observer out. Well, 2nd Observer out, 3rd on the way. So this Banshee won't really do that much damage. He has gateways down. Only 2 gateways, though.
A little bit early on the cloak there. Just start killing the probes. The Observer is seconds away from popping out there. Stalker's being morphed in right below it. MC's not even pulling his probes there. He doesn't matter. Or he doesn't much matter about all of that. Now he just needs to warp in some Stalkers up here. That Banshee will be taken out.
And MC doesn't really care about losing a couple of probes here. Of course it hurts, but he has 3 Nexus. He has 3 times Chrono Boost. And even though he's behind in SCV, behind in probes, he's about to catch up and overtake with the amount of Chrono Boost he has here.
4 Observers out on the map for MC. He is really, really covering all his bases here. And meanwhile, over in Camp Ganzi, we can see he is trying to take a 3rd here in just a little bit. What? Oh, that was the bunker salvaging.
Yeah.
This Banshee gets chased off. The other one, I believe, getting killed here in the main.
But MC knows that he doesn't really have to. He doesn't have to deal with like a timing, because with Cloak Banshees, that's a lot of money. You don't really have any upgrades if you're going to go Cloak Banshees here. So MC more than confident just to go ahead and Chrono Boost probes, even confident to tech all the way up to Robotics Bay, saying you can't really attack me right now. You don't have Stim. You can't have Stim with this build.
Yeah.
You can't have Combat Shields. You can't have any Engineering Bay upgrades. So what are you seriously going to do without those upgrades for the next 2 minutes? And MC says, well, nothing. So I'm just going to go straight to Colossus on bare minimal units.
Well, let's see what these 2 Banshees are able to do here. I believe the Observer is still in the main, if not, yeah, there it is, actually right in the back. Let's take a quick look at the probe count. He is already up to 60, still ahead of his opponent, even if he loses 10 or so here.
Yeah, and he does see the Robotics Bay, though. That's actually key for Ganzi, so he can actually start to produce the Vikings, of course, start to get probably a 2nd starport, too, considering he has 3 bases already. Just to really ramp up that, because that's the one way that he's behind here, is dealing with Colossus.
Right. Well, Ganzi actually about to hit a pretty big upgrade timing here. Stim pack, +1 weapons, armor halfway complete. I believe Combat Shield just now finishing. A ton of Marines, which he needs to really do something pretty soon. Otherwise, those Colossus are going to make lunch meat out of those Marines.
He decides to get 2 more medivacs actually before starting his Viking production. Has got a lot of barracks though, a lot of barracks added on. Does have a pretty good economy himself, but MC is behind in upgrades. Something to keep in consideration with this build. He's gone straight to Colossus with a good amount of gateway units. MC, if he doesn't throw down the forges soon, okay, there's the forge coming down. I was going to say, start to fall quite far behind, but with Chrono Boost he can easily catch up.
Ooh, I love the decision to get out of Raven before starting production of those medevacs. It's going to deal, or it's going to rather mitigate a ton of damage from those Stalkers. We'll see, though. I mean, with this amount of Marines here, how many does he actually have out? 30 compared to the 10 Marauders. Those Colossus, even though they're not upgraded, they can still destroy those Marines so fast.
And he still has absolutely nothing to deal with the Colossus. He's got 2 medevacs being made. It's going to be interesting to see what he does with the next set of units from the starport, whether it's Medivacs again, whether it's straight over to Vikings, because he didn't get a second starport either. You know, he could try to just rip MC apart by drops from the main to third and maybe catch MC out of position, but MC's not a player that's going to make a mistake like that. And he starts a second or third, wave of Medivacs here, and he has absolutely no answer to these Colossus, and this makes MC so incredibly strong.
Yeah, and MC's scouting with this many observers out on the map still forward is really going to help him out a lot. There's the scan going down. He sees that the army is moving out. Will he just try for a base trade here?
I don't know. MC doesn't know about this army being there, but as soon as he does, I'm sure he'll turn around, as he feels he's in a great position, doesn't want to base trade a risk at gamble, and MC is turning around now. But 3 Colossus, there's absolutely nothing to stop this.
I'm kind of wondering why Ganzi only sent in so little, but here we go. We've got the engagement between these two players. MC a little bit out of place as the Colossus. Well, it doesn't matter, guys. Look at how much damage that. Even the PDD going down, and with that, does he have any others? He does have about 4 energy away.
And MC's on like 8 gateways, so he's actually just building a massive army to sandwich what Ganzi has here.
Yeah, there's some more warp ends. See Ganzi getting up into the main, takes out one of the Colossus. He can lift up and get back onto low ground. Kind of a smart play here, taking out that robotics facility. If he can get the robotics bay and get out, ooh, it looks like he's not going to have enough time. But he just bought himself so much time back at home to replenish this and starting Viking production now. I honestly think that was the right play from Ganzi.
189 supply for MC. He's pushing out with a very strong move. Ganji's going back in again to the main base. He's actually going to drop here again. MC
he's
is
ready
prepared for this, and he can continue to warp in units here as well.
Yeah, this is looking kind of grim. Even pulling the probes. Ganzi's attack is going to get cleaned up, and he has to worry about this huge push here for MC. He's spreading out properly, even pulling on all the SCVs. This might be the last engagement in this match. He's doing a pretty good job here. The Vikings now joining the battle. One Colossus about to fall down. And, okay, he's going to take out this army.
It's actually a pretty good fight there from Ganji, but he lost so many SCVs. And he's going to get these 2 Colossus. MC, still has 8 gateways behind this. He has double robotics facility for 2 Colossus and 2 to upgrades. If you look at the income or units, you can see still 55 SCVs. How many SCVs did he lose there? Did he not lose that many? It looked like he lost a lot.
He might have just been on constant production there. He definitely lost a lot. I mean, those Colossus were getting huge swipes on the ground, but still pretty impressive. You know what? We thought that Ganzi's economy was hurt pretty bad in that last engagement, but it's still going strong in comparison to MC.
And it's also 2-2 versus 1-1 in favor of Ganzi here. He has a bit of a supply lead, but with double Colossus coming out, there's not that many Vikings either. He's gone back to Medivac play. Maybe he's expecting MC to go over to Templar play by now.
Right.
But I don't know. But still, he's still got a very strong army, especially with 2-2. Very Marauder heavy as well. Very good against Colossus play. But MC is still like 3 base saturation is looking very good here still.
See what Ganzi's next move is he really controls this game. I feel like MC will not move out again, especially after seeing a scan like that. It's typically when you see a scan like that, it means your opponent wants to try and engage. 4th base going down for Ganzi. Charge finishing now for MC, as you can see him going for a very heavy zealot. And it looks like MC is thinking about a drop. Yeah,
especially with that scan too. Not only does it mean that your opponent could attack you right now, it also could drop you because he knows you're out of position. But MC does have an observer, does see some units, but he's building 2 Colossus per cycle, and there's only 2 Vikings per cycle, and of course, head-to-head in Viking versus Colossus, you need to be quite significantly higher, considering there's an armor upgrade too. The attack upgrades for the Colossus means they're just going to deal so much damage faster here against quite a weak army. It's not the weakest though, there's so many Marauders there, as you can see. Trying to scan, see if there's an observer above his army, but no, it's on the Zelnoga tower. Sneaky.
And you know, I did not expect that we'd be in this situation after that opening. I felt like MC was gonna honestly felt like he was just gonna 4-gate him or even 3-gate him after that, and try to just crush his opponent. But MC's moving out here. Colossus count is up to 6.
He's moving into like dangerous position here, and Ganji sees everything. MC has to be so careful moving into an area he doesn't really see that well outside the observer vision.
There's another scan to check the army. There's the Twilight Archive, so MC will be ready for a tech switch after this, but MC's wanting to fight, pulling back those Zealots without charge and putting up ones in the front.
3-3's about to finish, JP, and that's going to make this Bio Army so strong versus 2-2, but remember the Vikings still crucial in getting those Colossus down fast enough. And that's the thing here, it's not like you need Vikings just to deal damage over time, it's like you have to get rid of the Colossus now, fast.
That is a scary army for both sides. Ganzi spreading out perfectly, and MC not willing to commit, but here he goes, the Concave War going to... Yeah, they're just getting destroyed, and also the Colossus were wasting swipes over here at units that were not tightly packed, but still dealing so much damage to the Colossus, keeping MC right now in this game, but they will fall here as the Marauders pursue forward. 3-3 finished. And what will MC do now?
That was so bad from MC, like his fight there. I mean, his Colossus was so good that he almost won the fight because there just wasn't enough Vikings, but he had Zealots behind Stalkers, Stalkers at the front, really crossed over his wires there, and that gave Ganzi a great engagement, but now he does have Archons on the way, Storm as well. There's no Ghost Academy in this game, I don't think. I haven't seen it come down at all. So that could be very important for MC to stay here. Oh, there's the Ghost Academy on the natural, but doesn't have any ghosts yet in the play in the field.
MC saw this drop with that hyper scouting from the Observer. Should be able to clean it up. Won't have feedback though, so those medevacs can simply do that, load up and get out of town. Storm on the way, but he's still producing a lot of Colossus here, adding on Archons for the moment. There comes some High Templar being warped in.
And MC's building that death army, the death ball that so many people have difficulty with at this moment. It's very difficult from the Terran side. You actually have to have like a 500% better engagement than your opponent and control, most importantly, not to mess up. Drop incoming. MC spots nice and early.
And gets the feedback on one, feedback on the other, and wow, MC's on top of this, man. He did the same thing against MMA. Really not allowing any of those drops to occur. But now Ganzi's pushing forward, and the drop is once again reoccurring.
There's no Vikings there again. There's only 4, and there's a lot of Colossus.
And that High Templar is going to storm. Oh, this army is going to get crushed here for Ganzi. MC moving forward. Those Archons 3-3 just demolishing this army.
Jason Lake, close your eyes.
As his players just getting destroyed here in that fight.
That was brutally
That was that death ball, man, that so many players, like you said, have trouble with. He just got completely demolished. Couldn't even get away from that Storm as it was really, really put straight in the middle of Ganzi's base. And still no Ghost out in this attack for MC is looking pretty strong, but I think he got too far ahead of himself.
Vikings. So it's like he's ahead now with double. With Ghost, with High Templar and Colossus, and once again, MC gonna throw his Colossus away. No,
the
Zealots.
Zealots are pretty good coming at the last second. Good game. MC moves on to round 3 here in the winners bracket, taking the 2-0 from Ganzi. Game 2 though, very, very competitive between those two players.
Yeah, very competitive, but Ganzi had a lot of opportunities to take that game, man. MC though, fantastic 2-0 sweep on Ganzi there, and he just never had enough Vikings. I think he was always on the edge of like, okay, he's gonna stop Colossus now, and then he's like, oh, he didn't, but he will now. But MC never really stopped, and he just couldn't bring them down.
Well, some real quick updates. Hart was able to take out Huck. Huck will not be able to finish his revenge run here. Yeah, that is the second time in MLG competition that he has lost to him. Violet versus Grubby will be the next match to be played, which a lot of eyes are going to be on. We're not sure exactly what's going to be broadcast here, but keep your eyes glued on the screen as that'll be updated in just a matter of seconds.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, it actually will be Grubby Violet over here.
Grubby Violet on this stream, and I would not be surprised if it was Donrigu and Pult on the main stream.
I believe you are correct. The winner plays Symbol. We're setting up for some epic matches here, guys. We got matches coming up all weekend long. One more match remains for today. Don't go anywhere. We have Grubby going up against Violet on Gameplay 1 in just a little bit.